All right, welcome back to Leftovers at Midnight, episode 12, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
believe it or not, we don't
Yeah.
film this podcast at midnight. Who'd have thought? How's everyone doing?
Who'd have thunk? I'm doing good, man. Just kind of vibing. How you
Yeah,
doing,
no
Alex?
complaints here.
Kyle, how you doing?
No.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, okay. Same response as usual.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary.
Hashtag quiet Kyle.
Yup. First episode without Kyle. Oh, well.
It's weird.
First episode
Yeah,
with
it
him
is.
not part of Leftovers at Midnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we've done episodes without him.
Yeah,
We miss you, buddy.
not really.
Yeah. Woof.
Speaking
Well
of
then.
episodes, how do you guys think the one last week went? Because that was like the most. I don't want to call him
Honestly.
a celebrity because he wouldn't like that, and he's not really a celebrity. But he was the most high-profile guest we've had on the show. If that makes
That's
sense.
the phrase that I was
Yeah.
looking for. High profile.
Yeah.
Honestly, even despite his social status, like he's a good dude.
Yeah.
And like he
Yeah.
just kind of clicked with everybody.
Mhm.
And I thought that was really cool. I was able to connect with him on a few things, like about, making stupid mistakes in the past, basically.
Mhm.
But even despite everything, he seemed like a really genuine dude that just wanted to kind of share his stories. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had a good time.
I think it's cool that he's willing to share all those stories, and we
Mhm.
talked for about a half hour beforehand on the before we started recording, and like it wasn't awkward, which was nice. It wasn't like, hey, how you guys doing? Good? Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And but there was
was
like
no,
a
like-
conversation going.
Yeah, there was no like awkward dead air
Right.
between any of us. And I thought that was really good. So yeah.
I liked it. It was.
Yeah.
We'll have to have him on again sometime. Ask him either some more questions or just completely disregard his music in general and just straight up bring him on and be like, "Yo, we just thought you were cool, bro. Like, let's fucking talk."
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd be
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
So I do think we should kind of update on. Hold on, I'm deleting this topic. I just talked about it. What we're gonna do moving forward without Kyle. That was hard
Yeah.
for me to put together in my brain because I'm reading it on my second monitor, all my talking points, and I'm trying to delete them at the same time. And
Yeah,
my
yeah.
fucking idiot brain can't process more than one thing at once, apparently, even though I can play the drums.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
So
just like a quick shutdown real quick.
yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
How pissed
Yeah.
would you be if I completely cut out all of that in the audio?
I'd be okay with it.
Okay.
Sorry, headphone users.
Someone's gonna be listening on like a Windows XP machine and be like, "Fuck! God damn it, not again! I was just getting ready to load up Solitaire."
You're welcome, by the way.
Minesweeper.
Minesweeper, yeah. I just learned how to play. I was watching a GM, what's his name, Hikaru, on Twitch or something. He's a grandmaster in chess. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He taught me how to play Minesweeper.
Oh my god.
I'm very, very good at it. So, moving forward without Kyle. What's up, boys? What are we doing here? Don't let me do all the talking.
So, kind of the thing that I talked about with everybody, including Kyle as well, was that we're not going to be replacing Kyle, at least for the future that's like in front of us. Just us three. I mean, we have a pretty good energy going between the three of us. And even if we do add a fourth person, it's not going to be like like we're not saying "fuck you, Kyle."
Mm-hmm.
We're just filling another chair. There were some other things that we talked about, like who we might bring on as like a potential like repeating guest. I guess would be the right label for that. But I mean, we are still the leftovers at midnight.
Yep.
So, you know,
Yeah.
as far as, you know, everyone else goes, you know, for the viewers or the listeners, like our content's not going to change just because we're missing Kyle, and hopefully Kyle still watches these episodes without us. And if not, I mean, it's not like you did anyways.
Yeah. Kyle, if you're watching the episode, I want you to message all of us on Discord right now the poop emoji. And
Yeah.
if we get the poop emoji, we'll know he's loyal. If not, these hoes ain't loyal. You know? What else can I say?
Yep.
These Jose loyal.
Copyright.
DMCA strike.
DMCA, yeah. Like Twitch.
I'm
Oh,
too
fuck
off
Twitch.
key for that.
Oh man.
True.
I think that would fall under the parody law then.
So one of the people we have in mind, the main person we have in mind for I don't want to say replacing Kyle, but that's the only word I can think of for filling Kyle. We're not going to replace Kyle as in he was never here, but we're going to replace that slot as another host.
Yeah. Exactly,
And
filling in the chair.
that person has shown more interest while talking to me. I will update you guys after the show. I always say I'll do something after the show, and then once we stop recording, I don't. So remind me to update you after the show if I forget.
Cool.
Thank you. Yeah, that's I think that's it. I don't have anything to talk about when it comes to that anymore, just besides the fact that it could have been a past guest, could be someone who's not been on yet. Who the fuck knows? Besides us.
We don't.
And even if that's not the case, I mean, like I said, it's not going to change our content. Like we're still going to do the same shit, and we're still talking about the same dumb stuff.
Yeah, Dixon
It's still
Games.
not your dad's podcast. Like,
I
we're still
mean,
here.
none of us are fathers, so that's true.
That we know of.
Yeah, there's an asterisk with that.
I
one
know
because
for a fact I'm not.
I got to put an asterisk on that one.
If you punch hard enough in the stomach, you get out of that. Or if you're a virgin, you know, either one works. You know, you interpret that as you want.
Please sponsor us, Planned Parenthood.
Nah, dude, Virgin Mobile all the way.
I need to leave.
Bye.
I am uncomfortable with the energy that we are creating in the studio today.
This is supposed to be a family fucking friendly podcast. What the fuck is going on? That's
all the Karens out there.
That's one thing I tell all like the people I invite on to be a guest, or I send them a message. I'm like, first of all, I want you to know it's not family friendly. So say whatever the fuck you want, and if it's bad enough, I'll censor it. Like, it's okay to say things that might need to be censored.
We should just throw in random censorship, you know, unnecessary censorship throughout every once in a while.
I had you censored that whole time. I don't know what you said. What? I'm just gonna
repeat
put a long beep over everything you say until you buy a 3090.
Until I buy a 3090.
Dude, you should talk about that. Your hunt for a 3090.
Yeah.
And like what happened when we got off last episode.
Yeah, because you wouldn't tell us during the episode. Like what happened with your money? Where is it? Like what's going on?
Well, my money's now tied up elsewhere. But I kind of went off the hunt for it for now because me and my girlfriend are about to move out. Our lease ends the end of February. So got to make sure we have money saved for down payments and shit.
You gonna take all those DVDs and video games behind you with you?
Of course. That's what the moving trucks are.
You have to put them in the exact same position when you get into the new place.
I will. I'll make sure the light's in the same place, the posters in the same place on the wall, paint the wall.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I'm excited to see it.
The Man Cave 2.0. You will see it.
There's just one new poster on the wall that it's just poorly added in through MS Paint.
It's just
Jesus.
It's just Shrek.
It's a drawing of a dick.
It's just Shrek standing there Lanude.
But
Lanude.
Lanude. Just
Hey.
I
power
know
posing.
I know not everybody wants to hear about it, so I'll keep it really brief. But my money is tied up in certain stocks right now that by the time
Same.
this airs, you may know a lot more about.
Okay. Well, there's our talk
That's all I'm
about
gonna
stocks
say.
for the week. Cool.
Get it out of the way, right?
I'm not gonna talk about anything because I don't follow it, but I deleted the Facebook app off of my phone because of how fucking annoying it's been for the last like day and a half.
Yeah,
Like,
there's been a lot of it.
It's frustrating. Like one half, this is all I'm gonna say about it. One half is either stocks and the other half is politics. No one's fucking shit posting anymore, and I'm over it.
It is stocks
fuck
and
that.
Bernie Sanders memes. That's all my Facebook
Yep.
feed consists of right now.
Yeah.
That and
Yep.
the vampire lady from Resident Evil.
What?
Oh yeah, I see that on Reddit, but I don't see that on Facebook.
I don't know what you're
heard
talking
seeing
about.
it a lot.
I'll tell you after the show, Robbie.
Yeah, we'll
It's
talk
not
about
family
that
fucking
later.
friendly enough.
Not really.
No.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. What you
Yeah.
got for us, Robbie?
I'm getting a
What's
tattoo
next
on
on the-
Sunday, boy.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Aw,
So for those of you who are
Aw, shit.
watching, all up here, I'm gonna get the outline done of this whole sleeve and everything. Get some stuff touched up because if you have tattoos on your elbow, you know that's gonna fade because it's fucking elbow. Like,
Mhm.
fuck do you want, idiot? Yeah. I'm gonna finish all that sleeve with an outline. Then I'm gonna get it shaded in and colored in and all that fun stuff in a couple months. And then I'm either gonna start my left arm, my chest, or my hands. I don't know. I know people say don't get your hands tattooed, don't get your knuckles tattooed. Fuck you. I do what I want. I mean,
That's all I gotta say about it.
I can't agree that if you have hand tattoos and knuckle tattoos, you should probably have pink hair. But you know.
The fuck does that have to fucking mean about anything?
If they're only listening to the audio, they won't know.
Oh yeah. Well, for
You
the
outed
listeners
yourself.
that don't know, yeah, for the listeners that don't know, my hair is currently in a purple pink state, and I do have hand and knuckle tattoos. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do a little bit of tattoo talk really quick.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not gonna go in depth and everything.
Yeah.
I have very few tattoos, believe it or not, even though it doesn't really look like it. So
They're big. They're just scattered.
They're big, yeah. Like this is my first one, my Batman tattoo. I got this Pokeball right here. I got that with Eric at a Friday the 13th thing. And then I got Shenron from Dragon Ball Z all over my arm. And I got armpit hair right there. So, you know. And what am I getting up here, you may ask? You'll see next Thursday. If you watch the show.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Pog.
son. Yeah. Pog champ. Fucking encouraging the riots champ.
Jesus
You just
Christ.
you made like, what is that, like an Ahigo face?
Oh, yeah.
that like Belle Delphine fucking, what's her name on Twitch? Nixie or something? I don't know.
I don't
Who
fucking know.
knows?
How many tattoos you got, Alex?
This many.
Well, how many is
For
that for the
now.
listeners?
Oh yeah, for the listeners, I made a 0 with my hand.
That means
'cause I
zero.
have no tattoos.
That means
That's how much I
zero.
can count to.
Well,
for the
you're not
viewers,
wrong.
For the viewers, most of you know that I have a lot of tattoos. But for the listeners, I've got a few tattoos on my arm, some on my leg. I've got my feet done. I've also got my chest and my back, and I think total I've got like 20. I want to say 25 tattoos done. A couple of them have been covered up or like replaced with something else. But my first tattoo for the viewers is this like tribal guitar thing that my stepmom drew when I was like 16. And it kind of goes around, but that was my first one. And all of my teachers in high school thought I was fucking bonkers for getting one that big. And yeah, that was pretty much it. And then my parents yelled at me for getting hand tattoos when I did. And
Fuck
you know,
it.
here we are. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Mm.
Once my thought on it was like, you know, because I had a couple of them that I had one on my right arm that goes, you know, from my bicep down to my wrist. And at that point I was like, man, I want to get another one, but I just don't know where the fuck to put it. And then I just put it on the top of my hand.
Put it on your ass.
And well, that's coming up
Me
hopefully
too.
later this year.
I'm doing that
But
too.
yeah. So that's one of the only places I don't have tattooed, but I have a really big piece on my ribs as well.
I'm gonna say penis.
It's not that big. Come on. But yeah, no, I think honestly I've lost count. I think it's at like 25 total that I've had done.
Nice.
Some of them are connected, some of them kind of go with each other. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a fun journey, but it's not over yet.
My favorite tattoo you have is your Loyal to the Coil tattoo.
Yes.
That's fucking
So
awesome.
I should probably explain that. So back in 2015, I believe, back when vaping was the like coolest fucking thing on earth, I was in a Facebook group with a bunch of vapors that were in my area, and one of the people that were in the group just happened to be a tattoo artist, not too far from where I lived. So he posted something in the group that was like, "Hey, for anybody that's a part of this group, like, I'm doing some vape style tattoos, and like, if you mention this post or whatever when you come in, you can get the tattoo for like 50% of the price." So I was like, "Huh, I can get a tattoo for $20." Okay, so I went in, and I have essentially like a banner style tattoo on my leg that just says "Loyal to the Coil." It's fucking like I love that I hate it at this point. Like every time I look at it, I'm just like, huh, that was fucking stupid.
Not necessarily, because you quit smoking because of vaping, I'm assuming, like most people.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you dropped a shitty habit for something that's not as shitty. So you bettered your life in that way. So in reality, fuck you, it's a good tattoo. I'm right, you're wrong.
I mean,
That's a good point.
yeah. Yeah, if I look at it, yes. But if I look at it in the way that like I thought vaping was the shit, so I got a vaping tattoo. Like if I look at it that way, yeah, it was kind of a dumb idea. I also have the Ohm symbol on my knuckle because I thought vaping was that cool that I needed 2 tattoos for it. So the stupidest part is that I paid more for this fucking knuckle tattoo than I did for the one on my leg. That's the stupidest part about it.
You mentioning Ohm reminds me of a really, really bad joke.
Don't say it.
Yeah, don't tell us during the recording. That'd be great. Thanks.
Bad can mean, oh, that's bad, or oh my god, why would you say that in public? Bad.
No, it's more like a grown facepalm kind of bad.
Okay, yeah,
I mean,
I don't need that kind
yeah,
of energy
no,
in my life.
no.
I do not accept
I mean,
it.
I can kind of talk about a couple of mine for a second if you guys want, because I don't know if you guys know all the stories. So my least favorite one is actually the one that I had covered up. Well, 2 of them. So I have one on my left shoulder. It's in really shitty cursive handwriting, and it says "Live with no regrets."
Regrets.
I paid $10 for it, so it, you know, there's that. But on my right side, when I was 17, I think I got my girlfriend at the time. I got her name tattooed on my shoulder with the fucking date that we got together. Yeah. And it was fucking horrible. So here's the shitty part. So I got to explain this, right? So I guess if I'm outing myself, I'm just doing the whole thing. So I got that tattoo like maybe a couple of weeks after her and I got in some like stupid ass argument, and we like almost broke up, right? So I was like, huh, I bet getting a cool tattoo with her name on it would be like the surefire thing. Because of course I was young and dumb and full of cum, and I thought I was going to marry that girl, right? Of course, as every person does during that time. So I got the tattoo, and maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks after that, I basically got dumped for the guy she told me not to worry about that she worked with. So,
Yup.
Yep.
That's always fun.
Yep. So after that, I got it covered up with a Star Wars tattoo.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
And yeah, so that is now one of the like top 10 on the list. So that was fun.
Yeah.
You broke a seven
Probably-
deadly sin.
probably the favorite one that I have though is the other one that's on my hand. For the viewers, that is a slice of pizza. Because I really like to enjoy life one slice at a time. And it just kind of like, obviously I fucking love pizza, but in more of a serious way, it kind of reminds me like, hey, stop fucking worrying about shit that's going to happen 10 years from now and stop worrying about shit that happened 10 years ago. The slice that's right in front of you, eat it and fucking savor it.
What if it's
Like,
old?
I mean,
it's food.
yeah, pizza's.
So
I mean, even when pizza's bad, it's still pizza. You get, yeah, you know.
the point. Exactly the point. Like you might get a shitty slice of fucking anchovies and olives. You might get a really good slice of
Take
fucking
that back.
ultimate pizza. I'm just saying, some people don't like anchovies.
Some
not
people
one of
don't
them.
have a 3090.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
one cool thing I want to mention, not cool, but like I found it funny tattoo that I have is that whenever I got my Batman one, for the viewers, you can see it right there. It was my first tattoo, and my dad always said, "You're not allowed to get a tattoo under my roof," meaning as long as you're living here, you're not allowed to get tattooed. Well, we went on vacation to North Carolina. My sister lived right by a tattoo shop that did walk-ins. So I was like, I'm gonna get a tattoo. I looked at him. I said, we're not under your roof right now. And there's a walk-in tattoo shop. And we made eye contact, and he was just kind of like, okay. He's like, where is it? So I went down there. I think I was like 18 or 19 or something. Fucking got a Batman tattoo. And at first I was like, man, that was stupid. Then I was like, wait a minute. No, it's not. I fucking love Batman. And yeah, I don't care what anybody. So the thing about tattoos is that there's a really big stigma where like it has to have meaning to it, and this, that, and the other, and blah blah blah. And it's like, fuck you. If you like it, that's enough meaning. Batman has no meaning to me. Pokemon has no meaning to me. Fucking Dragon Ball has no meaning to me. It's stuff I liked as a kid. Bada bing, bada boom, bitch. That's all. That's it. And I can almost 100% guarantee the fucking pizza slice on your hand isn't some like super deep symbolic meaning that like when you were a kid it like saved your life. You know what I mean? It's nothing like it's
Yeah,
a
no.
cool tattoo that has that you like. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like
And exactly. Like it's a slogan that I just kind of live by.
yeah,
That's it.
and you like pizza, so like fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. Double what do they
Double
call that?
decker.
A double entrance.
Double penetration.
Yeah, that one. That's great.
What's everybody got? I got a couple more talking points. I don't want to really run through them all unless you guys don't mind, but
I don't care.
Yeah,
Bring what you got to the
we can
table,
go in
man.
whatever order.
all right, cool. I got 3 more then. Larry King fucking died, which sucks
Yep.
dick.
Wait, hold up. The dude from fucking CNN?
Yeah. Larry
Yeah,
King.
like
God, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, he died last Saturday or last
Yeah.
Sunday, I think. 23rd.
What the fuck? I
Yeah.
thought I heard about that. That was just like a one-off thing. Like
It wasn't from COVID though, but he had COVID.
oh,
Yeah. That's the thing. He had COVID, but it didn't kill him. I think he was like
So-
87.
yeah. I think he just died from being old.
I forget what killed him. Might have been old age or some kind of like a pre-existing condition.
weird.
But he had like a 20-year-old kid, dude. Like one of his sons is like younger than me. I'm like, fuck, that
Well, that's-
sucks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is gonna sound really mean, but if you look it up, it's fucking true. He was so old. How did his kid not come out with some kind of handicap? When he had to have like impregnated his wife at like 60 something. I think his wife was younger than he was. But typically,
Yeah.
an older couple, the older you are, and if you have a baby, the more chance your baby has at being mentally handicapped. So,
I mean, I don't really see that as like a rude statement or question. It's just
No,
kind
but-
of like observant.
People don't know
Like-
that though, and they think I'm just being a dick.
Oh yeah.
I have to
well,
preface
I
that
mean,
because of all you PC pussies.
I mean, more to cover your own ass for you.
Cover my
Like,
ass
it's
with
not really.
fucking underwear and jeans. I'm good to go.
Well,
And
You wear underwear?
sometimes.
you
Somet-
don't.
What, you don't like to free ball it every once in a while?
Not really. It's kind
Not
of
in skinny
uncomfortable for
jeans,
me, to be
dog. It
honest.
hurts.
No, not in skinny jeans. But I
Yeah.
ain't skinny, so I don't wear skinny jeans.
Alex,
Aw.
buddy. That's-
Dogecoin to the moon. I am so excited for fucking Dogecoin. Like, I'm not going
I
to
think-
harp on it too much, but I just want to say, as of this very moment, I bumped $91 and I'm super fucking happy. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, it just hit like 8 cents not too long ago.
Yeah, bro. What the
It was
fuck?
at 4 cents like when we started this episode.
Right now it's at 6.
6.
Yeah.
It was at 8 not too long ago. But yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
To the
man.
moon.
Okay.
Okay.
Clearly, I'm the one in the group that
Yeah.
doesn't follow it. So, for reference, that's why I'm just kind of like, okay.
So for
Not that I'm like
reference,
pushing it off. It's just like I don't really follow it.
imagine you start with one slice of pizza, okay? And over
Mhm.
time, that pizza adds more slices to it. But out of nowhere, it fills up and you have a whole ass another pizza. And you're
Mhm.
like, whoa, this all happened in like an hour. What the fuck? This is awesome. I'm going to eat all this. And then it starts to
Mhm.
go away little by little. And then more pieces come and you're like, oh my God, I love this shit. And it's like, you ever done Coke?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a
It's
Coke rush. I
more-ish.
wouldn't know though, but I've never done Coke.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
no,
mom
I-
asked
I-
me that the other day.
about me.
What have you
No, about
done,
me.
Coke?
She's like, like a Coke bag, and I'm like, no, I've never done Coke. I'm sorry. I've seen a Coke
I was really
bag, but I've
confused
never.
because you transitioned from like talking about me doing drugs and then your mom asking you about drugs. Like I thought that correlation was like
No,
asking
I think
about
there
me.
might be some kind of like slight ADD, ADHD going on with me. I don't know,
Okay.
but that was like
Yeah.
topic change, topic change, topic change, topic
Yeah.
change.
Yeah. Are you sure you've never done it?
Might be kind of high. No, I'm just kidding.
I love
Ironically, I start
cocaine.
talking really fast and from subject to subject when I'm talking about fucking Coke.
I just
Squirrel brain.
go ahead. Say the I'm Rick James, bitch. Do it.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Oh, you don't do it right.
I'm not Rick James, bitch.
Well, you could be.
You could have a
With enough
3090.
cocaine, I could.
Ooh.
With enough cocaine, anybody can be Rick James, bitch.
True. I mean, I just gotta drive to Miami if I want all that Coke, bro. Honestly.
I can make some calls.
Allegedly. In a video game.
Allegedly.
No, dude, all
In
I've
drug
been
dealing simulator.
yeah, all I've been doing with my time recently is just playing Rust with my homies. It's like, holy fuck, that game is so addicting.
It is.
I didn't
It
hop
really
on the
is.
Rust hype because of like the whole OTV thing. Like I've had Rust for a while. I just never got super into it because everybody that I played with never really played. They just kind of hopped on, played a little bit, and then just like dipped out. So we never got to really do anything. But a group of my buddies like consistently played, so I started playing with them, and it's like I'm fucking sucked right back into it. Dude,
Yeah.
we had a fucking like mega base, and it got fucking raided last night by these assholes from the previous
Yep.
wipe on that server.
What are
and-
they, the Los Bloods?
Some shit, I don't know. But some stupid fucking if you're listening to this, you're a real piece of shit for raiding us. You know that? You're a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah,
you
we
weren't able to build your base near us,
Jesus
you
Christ.
offline raided us, you pussy. Anyway,
We worked hard for that by raiding other people offline.
yeah, we hit a fat fucking raid. I'm not gonna talk too much about Rust because I don't know who listening or watching. I don't know who like knows about Rust, but we hit a fat fucking raid the other night, and we didn't have to do almost anything for like 2 days. It's just because of how much shit we got. But yeah,
That was insane.
it was so fucking fun. Holy shit. That's all I gotta say. I'm hyped. I'm gonna go play Rust. I'll see you guys later.
I mean, as far as games go, I actually got into Valorant.
Really?
Oh
I-
dear.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
cracked at that game.
So here's the thing. So I mean, for those that don't know, typically I play games like Call of Duty in my free time, but I also play other games like Lego, Destiny, stuff. Like I'm kind of all over the place. Um, but a couple of buddies that I stream with, they've been playing Valorant for a while now, and they compete every once in a while, and they're actually really good at it. So I had one of my friends message me, and they were just like, "Hey, do you want to play Valorant with us?" And I was just kind of like, "Yeah, sure." I don't really know anything about it, and so I watched one of his streams on it. And for those that are unfamiliar, it's kind of like a combination of Overwatch abilities with the mechanics of CS:GO.
CS:GO
But
Overwatch.
yeah, exactly. CS:GO Overwatch. I like that. I'm gonna use that later. But yeah, it's a really fun game. Obviously, it's a lot more fun because I'm playing with friends, but I'm better at it than I thought I would be. Not that I'm like cracked at it by any means, but I picked one character, and he's the only one that I've ever used. And I know how he works. I know how to use his abilities. I know how to use very specific guns, and that is all that I use in the game.
Who is it?
Oh, what is his name? Sova? The guy with the tracker bow and arrow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
guy you played
yeah.
in the tutorial.
Yeah, the mix of Hanzo and Elsa.
Sure.
I think his name is Ash or something in the game.
It's League of Legends.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's League
you're
of
right.
Legends. Yeah. Yeah, the character that I play is a combination of like Hanzo from Overwatch and Elsa. Like he's a total badass, and it's great. So I started playing that, and then I also fell back into Destiny 2 again. I
Oh,
reinstalled
dear.
it. Well, hear me out. I didn't buy any of the DLC. I still just have the free base edition of the game. But I started playing it back in like I want to say like August of 2019, maybe September. And then I stopped playing it late October of 2019. I clocked 100 hours in that time frame. And then I maxed out like the free max level, whatever it was. At the time, I think the max level was like 950. I hit that cap and I was like, okay, I have some really kick-ass gear. I don't want to buy any of the DLC yet. I'm good. Sometime last week, somebody was like, hey, you should get back into Destiny 2. There's a lot of new stuff in there. Okay, I'll just go and download it with my new
Yeah.
SSD. So I did. And
On that new
it's
computer.
still really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just, oh boy, howdy. With these new computer parts, oh my God, it's fucking immaculate.
Yeah,
I
the
got this
graphics
really
card.
kick-ass screenshot that I'm going to send you guys later. But I'm able to play the game with like all the settings cranked out to the max, and I'm still getting like 100 FPS. And my God, it is beautiful. But apparently there's a lot of new stuff that like I haven't even discovered yet. So I'm just gonna play it until I have to buy the DLC, and then I can uninstall it again.
Dude,
So
I played Valorant in like the beta and shit, and I don't think I played it when it came out of beta. I don't know, but I
Yeah.
got really fucking good at Valorant. I played it a lot, like
mhm.
probably 6 hours. Not 6 hours a day isn't a lot, but like for me it is, because I'd get off work and just hop on Valorant and fucking play. Sometimes I
Yeah.
got off work at 7 o'clock at night. You do the math.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I'm gonna say it, Alex. Every time you fucking vape, it distorts the shit out of your camera, and you go away.
You completely vanish.
It is so distracting. Quit
So
using that
here's-
shitty ass like green screen wannabe background.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You ready for this? This is the first time that it's been brought up in 12 episodes.
Uh-huh. And you know why it got
Mhm.
brought up? Because somebody brought it up to me that watches the podcast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do they not like it?
Their exact words were, tell Alex to stop fucking vaping with that shitty background. Quiet, isn't it? Uh-huh.
There we go.
There you go. See, the
Oh.
blur looks so good, dude.
Yeah. That looks good.
I don't know if it's just me,
Where-
but it looks
where
like your
has this
camera
been-
quality just increased.
Probably
Where has
good.
this been? Where has this been since Leftovers at Midnight was just an idea?
Up his ass.
No, with
be
the
honest.
3090 that he hasn't found yet.
Founders edition. Just found it. Get it?
You fucker.
Speaking of graphics cards, I have tech news. And this is actually going to be really interesting because it's weird. So for those that don't really like follow, I don't know how much you guys follow tech news, but I watch updates like 3 times a week. So
Random point
I've
P.
got something pulled up here. Actually, Linus Tech Tips and Short Circuit. That's pretty much where I get a lot of this stuff. But Intel is releasing one of their like discrete graphics cards or like proprietary, whatever you want to call it. It's labeled the Iris Xe DG1. It's a really like it's kind of a shitty graphics card. It's meant to be like an integrated one for like laptops and like workstations and things like that. But the thing that they're doing with it is they're not just releasing it as like a graphics card for retail. For one, for two, it's not compatible with AMD processors at all. It only works in very specific Intel motherboards, and it only works with Intel 9th gen and 10th gen processors. So essentially what they're trying to do is they're trying to make like not exactly like a shitty graphics card, but something that's like budget friendly. They're essentially trying to make a graphics card that's accessible for people that are on low end budgets, which makes sense. But the problem is that the market that they're like reaching out to is very specific. So the other problem is that all the processors and all the motherboards are probably going to go in a shortage really quickly because of graphics cards like these. So now they have to buy new parts and everything's just fucking ridiculous at this point. So the graphics card looks almost like a heatsink. There's really not a lot to it. Like it's not really like a gaming graphics card. It's just graphics. And that's pretty much it. As far as the specs go, I don't think it's going to be anything great. Maybe like a 2 gigabyte graphics card. So it's really meant for like budget systems.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting that Intel, because you know they released the Intel Optane, which was total bullshit, and they admitted it. So fun fact, they're actually canceling it. They're just 86ing it and just being like, nope, fuck it. I mean, if you got it, you can keep it, but we're not going to make it anymore. They pretty much acknowledged that Optane was a ripoff, but now they're releasing these like kind of. It's essentially supposed to be like an integrated graphics card that you can pop into your motherboard. That's basically all it is. So as far as price wise, I'm kind of curious to see where it's going to go. But I don't have I don't have an Intel processor anymore, so I can't test it if I want to.
Yeah. The problem I see with that coming up is everybody's switching to AMD processors right now because the price for performance, it's a much better deal.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point in going with an Intel processor
Mm-hmm.
and them trying to release a low end graphics card isn't really going to make people want to switch to Intel.
Not
I
necessarily.
think it's going to hurt them in the long run.
Yeah. I think what it's going to do is at least from what I've seen about it, because some Intel processors have the integrated graphics on the motherboards. So I think what this is supposed to do is I think it's supposed to be like a more budget friendly option as a replacement for the people that don't have a graphics card right now because of the shortage. So in a way, like I get it, good idea, but it should have been left on paper, in my opinion, at least. So there's Intel's news for the week. More gaming related stuff because we were kind of talking about that for a little bit. Stadia is relevant for about 5 seconds. So in case anybody forgot what that is, that was the like streaming console that was supposed to be coming out. I think that was made by Google, if I'm right.
Yep.
On that one.
Google Stadia.
So Stadia, yeah. So Google Stadia had an exclusive game. I believe it was called Crata, and it was kind of like that one game that was relevant for like a week, Rogue Company. It's like a third-person shooter-esque. But Crata was supposed to be a Stadia exclusive. And then they were just kind of like, well, we're not really making enough money on it. So it's coming to PC very soon. That's in quotations for the listeners. We didn't even get a date on it. They were just kind of like, hey, we need to branch this game out a little bit. So they're going to be releasing it to PC. So for anybody that's got a Stadia, sorry, shouldn't have bought it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You lost money on that one.
Yeah, you fucked up buying a game
Yeah.
system from Google, for one.
It just...
You
It
think it runs
sucks.
on Android?
I think it does, actually.
I think so.
I think it does run on... Actually, I'm going to find out right now, because I think it does run on a variation of some kind of Android system.
Probably does. I mean, I can imagine
Yeah, I
if
think
it's
so.
a Google product.
Operating systems. So, okay, so it's essentially Chrome OS.
Okay.
Which, I mean, if you guys
Android.
haven't, yeah, Chrome OS is essentially like a very soft version of Android. So that's what that's running on. But I don't know. Ugh.
You know,
Anyway.
swing and a miss. Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
speaking of swing
I
and a
got
miss,
I got more tech stuff.
one
guys
quick
want.
thing. Soldier
Uh-huh.
Boy wants to do his own cryptocurrency. Did you guys see that? Soldier Coin.
I
It's gonna be the next
Why?
Dogecoin, bro.
I don't even think it's gonna be a good meme crypto.
Nah, dude, if it's anything like that fucking game system he quote made, then yeah, it's gonna fucking meme itself to death.
I can't tell
Yeah.
if you're serious or not.
No, I'm dead serious. He's been tweeting about wanting to make his own crypto.
No, he has. At least Dogecoin like did something. They sponsored a NASCAR driver for a season.
Dude, I'm up over $100 on
Wait.
Dogecoin right now.
What the fuck? Hold
Yeah.
Hold up.
Up 113.
Hold on. Dogecoin sponsored a NASCAR driver.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to see the car?
What in the entire fuck? What? When was this?
A few years ago.
Yeah, I saw the car earlier. It looks pretty good.
I'm okay.
Dude,
I gotta see this.
don't
I gotta
don't
see-
question the Doge.
What in the? It's got Doge on it.
It 100% does, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That's awful. That's I hate it.
Why?
It's ugly. I fucking hate that color. It's just terrible. Ugh.
For those of you who, can, make sure you just Google Dogecoin NASCAR, and you'll see.
And if you're curious, Doge is not spelled D-O-Z-H-E. It's D-O-G-E. Dogecoin. Or Dogecoin. Or Dogecoin. Or
Or
Dogecoin.
dog E.
Doge.
Yeah. Well, I've got more tech stuff that we can sink our money into if you guys are interested.
What is it?
Yeah.
So Sony is apparently about to destroy the camera market
Again.
again.
Oh yeah.
So Sony just announced the A1. That's it. It's just the A1, not the A55 fucking X-Wing 3000 Mark 7. Just the Sony A1. So it's a new mirrorless camera. I believe it's capable of 8K at 30 frames per second for filming.
Yeah.
but it will also do 4K at 120 frames per second,
Ooh.
which is phenomenal. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong on that.
sure.
It's fucking great. But there's an asterisk with it, with this camera, because it can be used in combination with a Sony phone. Hear me out. So the camera's mirrorless, right? But it's got a miniature HDMI like input on the camera, so you can use one of the new Sony Xperia phones. I don't remember specifically what model it is, but it's one of the really nice like Xperia phones, if you consider Sony phones nice at all. But the problem is that the phone will work as your like mirror for $2,500. So you're gonna buy a $6,500 camera, and if you want to have a mirror on it, you're gonna buy a $2,500 phone and buy all the high quality cables to use your phone as a mirror for your camera. And it doesn't even provide clean HDMI to the phone. So that's cool. But yeah, like I get that Sony makes really badass cameras.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
they've been doing a really phenomenal job with that. But I mean, if you're like a cinematographer in the making, or like if you're trying to get some really, really high detail pictures, I can see why you would want to look at a camera like this. But good God, like, pay a year of rent on your fucking apartment before you buy this camera. Jesus Christ, man. I can't even fathom spending this much on a camera. It's ridiculous. But it does have some really nice specs. I think it's got a 50 megapixel sensor, which for those that don't camera, it means that everything's going to look really nice. Pretty much no matter what resolution you're shooting at, it's just going to be a really clear shot. But God, I don't know how to feel about it. It looks like it's only on pre-order for right now, but it should be dropping later this year. So for any of you OnlyFans enthusiasts or whatever your hobbies are with pictures and videos, you have a really expensive camera you can buy.
Yeah.
You can.
But the last tech thing that I kind of want to talk about is what Spotify's up to. So Spotify wants to kind of use our emotions to recommend songs. I'll let that sink in for a second before I explain.
Alex Jones.
Spotify, no. It's a thing. Spotify wants to use our emotions to recommend songs to listen to.
Okay. Elaborate.
Okay. So apparently Spotify has some kind of like karaoke mode. I'm not trashed here. I use Apple Music, so I don't know. But apparently Spotify has some kind of like karaoke feature.
You are trashed here. You pay for music. Imagine supporting your artist. Wow.
Well, I mean, allegedly.
That was a joke.
So apparently Spotify has some kind of like karaoke feature that they can use, where they use like microphone monitoring, the same thing that, you know, everyone else gets in trouble for. Apparently Spotify can do now too. But it also gathers like your listening history everywhere else. So if you're worried about, you know, the government tracking you and the big wigs knowing what you sound like, stop using Spotify on your phone. Because it's using the voice recognition to kind of capture it. It's supposed to capture your emotions, and like it's supposed to recognize like how you are in the mood. But it's also supposed to be able to detect like other things that you do on your phone. So like what other apps you're using. Essentially what it's trying to do, it's trying to gather information about you, but not in an invasive way. So it's supposed to know like your age range and, you know, all this other weird shit. But they want to be able to recommend the right music for you. So instead of, you know, looking at your history and being like, oh, you listened to Michael Bublé a couple hours ago, would you like to listen to freaking Death Clock? Like, they're going to be giving you more like accurate recommendations, which on one hand, cool. In theory, that sounds great. Honestly, like that's why I don't turn my advertisement tracking off. Like I want them to recommend things that I actually like.
Yeah.
But to be able to use your emotions or like how your emotions sound to recommend you music is a really weird concept.
Yeah,
The
it
patent for
is.
this was actually made in 2018, believe it or not. This isn't like a brand new thing. It's
Huh.
just been kind of discovered.
Like sidelined.
And yeah, exactly. So the patent for this was made in 2018, and apparently it's something that they're still working on. So if you're feeling kind of sad and you start like crying into your phone, don't be surprised if Spotify recommends Jack Johnson.
It recommends
Like-
what's
Some
their
banana
fucking name?
pancakes.
Fucking
Uh,
Despacito.
Crossfade with that song Cold.
Oh my
Looking
god.
back at me and I see. Yeah, that one.
But I don't know. I know a lot of people are paranoid about like advertisement permissions and microphone permissions and like the big corporation stealing my information without me knowing.
no.
Like, oh no, dude, you shouldn't have bought a smartphone. Like,
Yeah, go to fucking
dirt.
Virgin Mobile and buy one of those like Oyster flip phones, I think is what they're called.
yeah, exactly. Like kick rocks. Like they're gonna get your information whether you want it or not. So,
Exactly.
True.
but
And it's like,
I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but as far as like using AI or like some kind of recognition software to like recommend things that you might actually want, I think it's cool as shit. I would rather them recommend me things that I like
Yeah.
than recommend just random things. So, I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't really give a fuck if Spotify recommends me music based on my emotions, to be honest. Because I'm always up for figuring out what I like when it comes to music. I listen really to
Mhm.
the same shit. I listen to heavy music. That's really
Yeah.
all I listen to. And I don't cry into my phone, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm not a pussy. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
No, I don't mind. I think it's cool that it's using some kind of new technology. And if I didn't want the government listening to me, or if I didn't want, Facebook to recommend me ads based on what I search or anything like that, I wouldn't have bought a smartphone. I wouldn't fucking have the internet. I wouldn't have a computer, I don't give a fuck. I have nothing to hide besides my address.
Which the government has.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
like YouTube doesn't.
you're on the grid, motherfucker. You have a
Yeah,
social
like-
security number.
How do you know?
yeah. So what do you think about it, Alex? What are your thoughts on all that like emotion recognition? I'm curious to what you think.
It's it's cool, and I think most people are gonna find it enjoyable unless it's a little too accurate.
Mhm.
I feel like they're gonna need to pad that emotion recognition. Otherwise, every time a woman has her period, she's gonna get the same song or something like that. It's gonna start tracking cycles, and it's gonna accidentally stumble upon all this information.
I feel like you're getting into a rabbit hole that's a little bit too far of a stretch. Like you should go back to yoga class. But I see where you're going with it.
But like not on your period,
Uh,
so you don't get the same song on your way there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's
but-
cool. And yeah, I agree with you. If you don't want them to track your shit, then don't use it. That's the fucking
Yeah.
agreement. I mean, people should know if a service is free, like Facebook, then you are the product,
Yep.
not the service.
There
You're
are
the
no free
product.
lunches.
And that's the whole thing that kind of frustrates me about like people that are like, oh, I don't want them to have X, Y, and Z. Like, dude, you have technology. You drive a car. You live on the grid. You have a job. Get over it. They already
Mhm.
have everything they need.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
if you want to fall down that rabbit hole, there it goes for miles. But I don't know.
If you really
yeah.
don't want to be like have the government on you and live off grid, go move to like the middle of go move to like the fucking Middle East into a war zone where nobody from the government is there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you don't have fucking The NSA. That's what I'm trying to think of. Members of the NSA sitting in a fucking base in the middle of like Afghanistan, like monitoring everybody there. No, it's fucking dangerous. They don't give a fuck. Go over there if you want to be off grid.
Exactly.
I promise you, they won't care, and you will probably die.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
You'll be all right.
You'll be all right.
And
You'll be all right.
I find it funny too because you get a lot of people that bitch about this stuff on the platforms they're bitching about.
I'm going to
which
Parler.
just-
Yeah.
You can't
Remember
even
when
go
those-
there anymore.
Remember when those copy paste statuses were a thing about like Facebook getting our information?
Yeah.
I'm posting
Word?
this status on my wall so that Facebook doesn't steal my account information. Like, dude,
Because I
shut
have
up. You
posted this, I
logged
do not
into-
consent to any kind of unlawful.
You logged into the website. You made an account. You gave them your information. Congratulations. You signed your own contract. Like,
Yeah, you agree.
Are you
to their
using a
terms.
VPN?
I never understood that. How fucking stupid do you have to be? Like,
Very.
oh, I don't want fucking Instagram to have facial recognition. I don't want Snapchat to have facial recognition so they know what I look like.
Right.
What?
There's people that do that shit too. Like, they don't upload pictures of their face to the profile on Facebook because they don't want Facebook to use them for facial recognition.
That's some bullshit.
But you have a driver's license?
Right?
Yeah.
You have a house, you have bills in your name.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the driver's license is the big one because that has your fucking picture on it. Like the government's gonna have your face, your information.
For sure.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
You got a social security card,
How do
and
you know?
you more than likely have used a debit card.
Allegedly.
You're out of luck.
I'll show you my debit card right now, front and back. Not used.
Do it. You won't.
Bet I'm gonna use it right now.
Right.
But
He'll have a new one in the mail by the time this airs.
Yeah.
right. But yeah, that's all the tech stuff that I have, and that's pretty much all the stuff that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. I don't have anything. What about you, Alex?
I think I'm good, honestly.
Okay,
All right. Should we call it?
let's
Yeah,
call
we
it.
can
All right.
call it.
Thanks for watching Camp Lazlo episode 7. Fucking I still don't have an outro for this, and saying leftovers at midnight is a mouthful. So
Don't leave us in the fridge.
bye.
Yeah.